a spellbinding story of two young people whose fates intersect and diverge across continents and years. An epic love story, family saga, nature and culture, from India to America, conflict between tradition and modernity. The Loneliness of Sonia and Sunny is a 2025 novel written by Kiran Desai. This book is set in the 1990s and early 2000s, when Sonia and Sunny's eyes meet first time on an overnight train from New Delhi to Allahabad. They are immediately captivated, yet also embarrassed by the fact that their grandparents had once tried to matchmake them. A clumsy meddling that only served to drive Sonia and Sunny apart. Sonia Shah, an aspiring novelist who recently completed her studies in the snowy mountains of Vermont, has returned to her family in India, fearing she is haunted by a dark spell cast by an artist Ilan, to whom she had once turned for intimacy and inspiration. She struggles with depression, loneliness, and her identity. She fears her writing about India might be perceived as Oriental nonsense for a Western audience. Sonia had inherited her love of books from her mother, who had inherited it from her father. She says, "My father is Gujarati, but not truly so because we have never lived in Gujarat. My grandparents lived in Allahabad, so they had Allahabadi customs. My mother's mother was from East Bengal. Her father was German." Sunny Bhatia, a struggling journalist resettled in New York City, is attempting to flee his imperious mother and the violence of his warring clan. He struggles with his identity away from his family and finds it hard to connect with his own culture. He is in relationship with an American girlfriend, Ulla, hyper aware of racial and cultural negotiations. He grapples with the feeling that better to be one Indian than two Indians in a white space, highlighting the power dynamics and isolation within the immigrant experience. He also supporting his friend Dr. Satya in his search for an Indian wife. Finally, Satya's marriage is fixed. Despite he being a doctor, he believes in astrology, spells, mantras, and black magic cults. Both remain connected to their families in India. Sunny calls his widowed mother in New Delhi, and Sonia speaks with her parents in the same city. They also share a connection through their grandparents in Allahabad. Uncertain of their future, Sonia and Sunny embark on a search for happiness together as they confront the many alienations of our modern world. As writer observes, there were no children in India anymore in the homes of a successful parents of a successful class. The children were in Geneva, Hong Kong, Sydney, London, New York, and Vermont. They were at Harvard, Oxford, the United Nations, Microsoft, Amnesty, the World Bank, Sloan Kettering, and Hewitt College. Sunny's mother, Babita, though surrounded by family, endures a strained existence shaped by property disputes and social expectations. Sonia's mother, Seher, finds abiding peace in her sought after solitude after escaping a long-suffering marriage, suggesting that loneliness can transform into a form of rich, nourishing solitude. Sonia's German grandfather became a reclusive artist, wandering in search of spiritual destiny. He was guided by the image of a faceless demon on a mystic amulet that he named Badal Baba, Hermit of the Clouds. Novel also touches on major historical events like the demolition of the Babri Masjid and the September 11 attacks, or rise of the right-wing politics as a backdrop to the characters' struggles. This novel is the sweeping tale of two young people navigating the many forces that shape their lives: country, class, race, history, geography, culture, nature, food, and the complicated bonds that link one generation to the next. Kiran Desai was born in New Delhi, India, was educated in India, England, and the United States, and now lives in New York. Her previous book, The Inheritance of Loss, which won the Booker Prize in 2006, and this novel was shortlisted for the Booker Prize 2025. No detail, large or small, seems to escape Desai's attention. Every character feels fully realized, and the writing moves fluently with philosophical, humorous, emotional, and uncanny way, with sometimes heart-wrenching moments. Water, vapor, clouds, rain, snow, mountains, and the sea comprises the essential imagery of this oceanic novel. At its heart, this book is about Sonia and Sunny's love, but the multi-character, multi-standard plot roams from locales in India and the US, Delhi, Goa, Vermont, Brooklyn, with side trips to Italy and Mexico. When in Italy, Sunny overheard the conversation. Indians cannot be cool. They can be smart, they can be funny. Indian can be many things, but not cool. Think about what cool means. The root of the idea of cool is not caring what other people think, following your own path, dipping to your own rhythm. But Indians can never be free of what mummy papa, nana nani, uncle auntie think. The narrative is resolutely down to earth, and among the pleasures of Desai's writing is its sharp focus on what the characters are eating, what they are wearing, how their living quarters are arranged and decorated. It is an intimate story about two people finding a pathway to love and each other. At one point, Sunny observes that Indians aren't good readers of novels due to lack of emotional identification. When you consider another person's feelings, another person's dignity, you actually wish to scrub your own toilet. A good novel reader was a toilet cleaner. And so Indians didn't wish to be readers of novels, as this would undo caste hierarchies and divides that made their world go around properly. On inspiration behind this novel, Desai said, I wanted to write a story about love and loneliness in the modern world. I wanted to write a present-day romance with an old-fashioned beauty. In the past of my parents, and certainly my grandparents, an Indian love story would mostly be rooted in one community, one class, one religion, and often also one place. But a love story in today's globalized world would likely wander in so many different directions. My characters consider, why this person? Why not as easily someone else? Why here, not there? In the past, people were always where they had to be. My indecisive lovers, Sonia and Sunny, meet and part across Europe, India, and America. Their idea of themselves turning ever more fluid. As I wrote across geographies and generations, I realized that I could widen the scope of my novel to write about loneliness in a much broader sense. Not just romantic loneliness, but the huge divides of class and race, the distrust between nations, the swift vanishing of a past world, all of which can be seen as forms of loneliness. It took Desai nearly 20 years to write this novel. Like Ilan says to Sonia, well, if you are a good artist, which I narcissistically think I am, and you work every day of your life, gradually you give more of your life to art. You begin to subtract your life, so it becomes such an emptiness you dare not look upon it. Slowly, every day and every hour, every month and year, you continue like this, gathering material like a magpie or a bee, moving it laboriously like an ant, consuming and crumbing it like an earthworm, like a magpie, an ant, an earthworm, a bee, collecting and gathering, moving one more crumb of your life into art, one crumb of ordinary life into dream life, one crumb of reality into unreality. Your intuition develops, so you have a finger on the pulse. Enjoy the book. If you enjoyed the video, then please like and share this video. Do subscribe to the channel and don't forget to click the bell icon.